Hey everybody. All right, so I was gonna bring my little board over. Okay, so the last week we've been doing our writing and we did our opinion writing on our favorite dessert. So we are working today on publishing. So if you have your little sheet, we've already done the editing checklist. We've already made our corrections. In your book, you went back and erased the circles and fixed all the words so that you're ready to go for today. So these are all correct sentences. So what you would do is you would get a blank piece of paper. You can either do it in your journal or you could do it on a regular sheet of paper. I did it on a regular sheet of paper because I wanted more space. But if you want to do it in your journal, all you would do is when you turn to your next clean page in your journal, and then you could just draw a line and then write your sentences really neatly on the line, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Let me grab my marker real quick. So, like, if you were to draw your line like that, half the paper, this will be for your picture, your illustration, and then on these, what I would do is on your paper, I would skip 2 lines, and then I would draw a line. Skip 2 lines and draw a line. Skip 2 lines and draw a line, because what you're doing is you're making writing paper that's good for you. And when you have 2 lines like that, if you see there's a line in the middle, if you skip 2 lines, that could be your middle line. So when you're writing your sentence, when you're rewriting, you've already written it, you've already corrected it. This is called publishing. We want to make it the best copy of whatever we're working on that it can be, because this is what goes out in the hallway, this is what goes home to parents, this is what you can put in your portfolio for your work to say, wow, I really did a good job with that. So on your paper, the reason we skip 2 lines is because you can use that as your middle line. So for example, on my finished product, you ready? There's my finished product. I said I like chocolate chip cookies. I even went so far as to give myself, and I'm going to circle it in black so you can see it, I made myself have a thought bubble because I'm chewing. And I'm going to show you how I made my cheeks chew. But I had a thought bubble in mine that says, yum. And if you look, see those little lines I made right there for her cheeks? That's how I showed myself chewing. So I'm eating my favorite dessert. And in my hand, I drew my cookie with a bite taken out of it. So then you have my plate of cookies right here. So when you do your final writing, I skipped lines because I had some letters that hang down and I didn't want them to run into my other words. You can do that or you don't have to. It's up to you. But when you're writing it in your book, like for me, I would start, let me get a different color so you can see. I would start, maybe you can see this one. And you're looking, you can actually take out the other sheet that you were working on and look at it to do your words so you're spelling them correctly. And I'm going to use my spacer to make sure that I'm working well, like chocolate chip cookies. They are soft. They taste sweet. They are the best. So I was writing kind of fast because I know what I was saying. So when you're writing yours, you don't have to write as fast as I did. But you see how when you do the 2 lines, it really gives you plenty of space to have your short letters, your tall letters. See right here in like, my short letters don't go above that middle line. My tall letters do. All the way through chocolate right here. The H touches the top line. my C, my O, my other letters don't. So that gives you a way to practice when we're talking about tall letters and short letters. Then when you finish, you would add your picture. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this took me a few minutes to do because I was trying to be very careful and not make a mistake. When you're drawing your picture, take your time. When you're copying your words, you are honestly just looking at one word and writing it on a new page so that it's nice and neat. We don't have all those eraser lines where that's your rough draft. The first one you did was your rough draft. That's okay to have eraser marks and to have lots of different things on there, but this final copy needs to be very, very neat and clean. And so you're taking your time. You go one word at a time and you write it down, and then you draw your picture. And you take your time because when you're creating something, you are the author. You are the one that's creating your work. Nobody else has a thought just like yours. And that makes you pretty amazing in my book. So I want you to take your time and be proud that you know what, this is my work. I did this. This is amazing. And that's why you take your time. So today, your only assignment is to recopy that very, very, very neatly. How do we copy it? Neatly. And all you have to do in your book, you're going to find that page. And if you want to, like, you could have a parent help you. You could actually tear out your first page so that when you're copying it, you can lay it right next to it and you're copying it word for word. Now, you've already got the lines drawn, so you're not going to draw your individual lines like we did for practice, because we're practicing making our writing flow. This is what first and second and third graders do, and even fourth and fifth graders, and all the way up through high school. You have to make your writing flow. So we wouldn't write it really blocky and choppy, one sentence on each line. We're trying to make it flow together. So I like chocolate chip cookies, period. And then I started my next sentence. They are soft, period. They taste sweet, period. They are the best, exclamation point. Now, on your original sheet, we may have written sentence by sentence by sentence. You just need to know as soon as you get to a period, you just start your next sentence. Give it a little space and start your next sentence. If you don't have room to start it, it's okay to put it on the next line. But try not to copy it exactly like you see it, because for our practice purposes, we were writing sentence by sentence. We weren't writing a whole piece. But now that we've got our whole idea out, you are going to write it one after the other so that it does look like a whole story. Because next week we're going to work on writing stories, and I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. So today your assignment is you need to slow down and do your very best work to publish your work. Send me final pictures of whatever your final work was, because I can't wait to see what you guys created. I love you guys, and I'll be back at 9 o'clock for our special science experiment. Bye, guys.